Yo, what's up? What up, guys? Welcome back, Joe. How you doing? Mats, Fizz, Ape, Jesus T, what's up, man? Juice, Kevin, CFats, Devin, what up, man? Amy, look at that, hitting 1670 up in this game. All right, we got this nice level here that we will be tracking today. Currently hitting that level of resistance. We'll see if we cross this. Again, we are updating AMC. If things do start to climb up very quickly, if things are turning over, then we should potentially see more upside here in the short term. This could be a kickoff to a short-term rally, to kick things off and hit that resistance on the yearly resistance, which is $22 right now. So if we do go there and we do cross through, this does have potential to run. But I do want to make it clear that the level that we hit today was a level of resistance on the horizontal axis, right? Down here, this is a level of resistance. We know that we have to cross this $17 level to confirm the first level of resistance. This was another level of resistance here. So if we don't get a full breakthrough here in the short term, then we should see a little bit of downside going into the rest of the week. We are seeing a bunch of other stocks also rally, guys, and we did talk about that. Mullen was a point of interest that we tracked, and we are currently hitting that point of interest as we speak. Okay, it's down here. I'll go over this again in a little bit, but there are going to be other stocks that are going to be rallying with AMC here, and it's important to track those as well because it does help, with the points of interest that we track here on AMC. All right, so we're gonna track everything in the market because the whole market right now, dude, is having a nice little rally for sure. Nice little rally, man, on this fucking yeah, finally, goddamn. All right, after a 9-week short, 9-week of just short stock. Sorry, guys, I'm just like waking up, so I'm a little tired. 9 weeks of just red stocks. All right, and now that the tables are turning, finally going up. Finally, bro. What is up, Matty Matt? Kevin, JM, what's up, dude? Yeah, ask your question, bro. Go right ahead, man. Devin, what's up? Lydia. Alex, what's good, man? Ozzy, what's up, my dude? Reg, what's up? Hola. Hola, papi. Alright, look at that shit. We're getting a little rally up in this. You already know what happens, guys, on rally time. We rally with the family, alright? So the level I'm looking to cross right now is going to be that intraday high, which is 605. And then from here, if we get a full breakthrough, we should keep going up. But we will see, guys. We are in the projector territory right now, which means you guys know how projectors work. They cross a level of resistance, and they typically come back to bounce off of that level and then go again. But it goes both ways, right? That happens on, this could happen on another resistance trend line, right? It doesn't have to happen on this one, but if it does, you will see it come back down, bounce here for the first confirmation, and then the second confirmation would be, let's see where the second one is. Let's pull it up. This is more of a steep resistance here, but let's pull up the current resistance level that we have, which would be right here. Okay. This is more of the resistance that we're looking for, or at least that it's respecting right now. It's looking like it's this one. And then we also have this guy down here. Damn, that guy's long. Nice. What up, love God neighbor? How you doing? Get myself a Red Bull? Yeah. You right, Mike. Dude, I've been drinking these fucking Spin Drifts. Not sponsoring or anything, but these are good as fuck. They don't have any energy. I don't know why I even brought that up. What's up, man? Christopher, what's up, dude? Robert. The Baba Duke. All right, guys. Price action is increasing here on Amy. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? All right. Let's see. So, what was the pattern that I was tracking here the other day? Let's see if I still have it on here. Ooh, it was this one. So this was a pattern that I was tracking from back here. Okay. It follows a very similar lines here, right? This is the moving average, so you're not... Remember, these candles that get clocked out, especially if you're looking at it, you know, this is a bar pattern that I took from, like, the 4-hour chart. So a pattern like this is going to round out. This is the moving average. It's not going to get in this tick, and you're not really going to see that displayed on this bar pattern, but it gives you the structure of what's going on, right? If we don't get a full breakthrough here, where we cross the previous level of resistance, we probably will come down. And I want to just make that clear, since we've been talking about the possibility here of a little bit of downside for this June 3rd date, right? That everybody is talking about. Okay, and I just want to, you know, there's a couple of things that did happen earlier this morning, right? We had Mullen running up, which was something we were tracking here on the cycle. Okay, and that was one of the things we talked about last week, that if there were going to be stocks coming in to play here early in the week, and those start going up, typically what that indicates is that you're going to have these other stocks trading against AMC, while those are going up, AMC comes down. While AMC is going up, those stocks go down as well, right? So it's just something to be prepared for, man. There's going to be a rally here basically on every sector in the market. But in the short term, guys, this is more of a macro rally, okay? So even though they're all going to go up, in between that macro rally, you're going to see some come down and not go quite up at the same time. They should ultimately all go up when the SPY peaks as well, because we do have a market melt up in the making. I do believe that the SPY, even though it's barely making its way back up, it took a little breather, hitting a current level of support, which is good, because that's what you want. You want to stair your way up. You don't want to just climb up in a straight line, or else you get a massive dump. So we're waiting for that confirmation on the SPY, but I think we are going to get it. I think it's the start of a melt up. For the rest of the year, we should have a nice rally, and we do have Biden speaking soon with Jerome Powell, bro, the Fed chair. So we'll see what that does to the market. He already kind of said he's going to give, you know, them that independence to make up, you know, kind of go with the flow, not really change as much. So we'll see what goes down, but the expectation is that he's not really going to say much or change much. So I don't know, maybe that's got the markets kind of a bit skeptical, and you know, things are just kind of trading sideways. But I think after that goes down, we should have a short another rally here in the markets. People just kind of waiting to see what's going to happen. Yeah, let's go on the SPY. It probably started ripping already. There we go. Reversal on the SPY. Ripping. Yep. And we came back down to that level of support here at 409, which is perfect. It just came to hit. So we got to be a little careful with this. SPY typically does like to come back to bounce off of a level of support, and that would be right here. So if we don't get that today, okay, we might get it in the short term before confirming a melt up. Okay, so if it doesn't happen today, it'll probably happen sometime this week before getting that market melt up. Okay, we need that market melt up, bro. What up, Lynn? How you doing? Smash that like button, bro. Yeah, for sure. If you guys like the stream, make sure you smash the shit out of it. We try to get a 420 every day. You know how it goes. Last time we didn't get it. Because people are afraid of that like button for whatever reason. Are you afraid of that like button, bro? Close at 15 today. Maybe, possibly. The weekly scenario on the website does have us going up for a couple days. The first two, I believe, and then Wednesday was when I had the price action going down. So I think today might be more of a stagnant sideways trading day. Tomorrow might be a day where we get possibly one more push up before being shorted back down. We do have GameStop earnings as well on Thursday, I believe, right? On the 2nd. Yes, Thursday. So that's really going to affect AMC in either direction, right? But I am keeping my expectations for this pretty low, guys, just because we know how these institutions like to play this psychological game, and I think it's right now it's working. Okay, I'm gonna keep bringing this back up, but I do believe that Mullen, it going up here is not just a coincidence. It's part of this psychological game. Okay, there is a point of interest that we were tracking on Mullen here, and it went up right on that mark here. We were expecting news on the battery results, so that came out. You saw the price action go up basically 50%. If you made money on this, great. That's fucking awesome. But this goes with the whole thing here with the over-leveraged positions that they have, which are mainly going to be any stock that follows a sympathy play on AMC. So this excludes the other stocks, guys. You know, BBIG, Mullen, Atarian, these guys are used as part of the cycle trading against AMC and GameStop, but they're not the majorly over leveraged positions that these guys are in. So those ultimately are not going to go up the same way when AMC and GameStop do squeeze. They're going to go up, but they're not going to go up the same way. That's why it's important to track other stocks, because if you find different points of interest that are happening, okay, you're able to narrow down, okay? Just like the Fourier transform, that's exactly what it does, right? It takes a sequence, a cycle, and it dissects the frequency so that you can isolate the layers and find the spikes that are happening, right? Those are the points of interest, okay? That's exactly what you do. When you find this on other stocks, you're able to narrow it down even more, And that's exactly what I do, man. I do it on every stock that's correlated with AMC's price action. That is also being shorted by these institutions, crypto, everything. You track it to narrow down these points of interest, right? So just keep an open mind. Again, this doesn't mean that the price action can't increase and can't go up here, right? It just means that the likelihood of something where we do squeeze this week is not the greatest, okay? We'll see, man. What up, Nana? Haven't seen you in a while. How you been? What up, Common Sense? What is up? Sean, how you doing? Trader in the trees, what is good, man? Highly recommend you guys go watch the IV video I posted yesterday. I'm going to go over it here briefly, but if you want a little bit more info on that, go watch that video. This is very important to the macro setup of AMC and GameStop, okay? So I was able to track the current IV that these guys have, all right? Using Thinkorswim. Thinkorswim has the IV. I fit the price up exactly on both charts, and I was able to trace it to a T here. So you're not going to find this on TradingView. TradingView does not have an option chain available to track, so it will not have implied volatility to the degree that Thinkorswim does. There are certain indicators that kind of guess what the IV is, but it's not correct really most of the time. There's a lot of flaw involved in that, so I would stay away from that unless you have Thinkorswim, and try and trace it yourself as well. I use OBS for this, but this is the implied volatility here for GameStop, and I was talking about how you're starting to see it curl back up. So it is increasing here on this trend line from back here, okay, and it's making this what is it? It's a is it a descending wedge? Okay, it's some sort of wedge, and I can't get the name. It's called a like reverse ascending wedge or something. I'm pretty sure, but this pattern is not very common in the stock market. It's actually a very rare pattern to see, but it is very bullish, typically because it does follow a nice little trend here. Now, this was taken using fib time zones. Okay, this is a fib time zone chart here, and I did go ahead and start the fib time zone on the COVID crash, because that's when the cycle started for GameStop and AMC. That's when they really took the opportunity to short these stocks to the ground, right? And that's where they got in trouble, because people picked up on that shit and they started this movement, and then they couldn't stop it anymore, right? So we're gonna start it there, and we got the fib time zone lining up with October. Okay, so that point of interest we were talking about in October would be the next major volatility spike based off of this trend, right? Doesn't mean it has to happen on that mark. Okay, we still have that point of interest in July as well, end of July going into August, right? But this is another way to track that and sort of confirm these points of interest that are happening. So this is bullish. Okay, implied volatility is not always, just because it goes up does not mean that the price will go up. It just means that the price action is more vulnerable to go up or down. Okay, it means that, you know, even if we got a spike here on volatility, guys, this could bring the price action all the way back down, right? It's just a lot of selling or a lot of buying happening in the markets. But I think it's interesting that the price action is, or the volatility chart is behaving this way. It looks very bullish to me. It's curling back up. I talked about how it's making a little projector back here. So, yeah, dude, in the short term, I could see this thing fucking ripping, man. All right. Look at that. Making a nice cup here on the volatility. Implied volatility here on GameStop. So, yeah, we'll keep tracking that. AMC also has implied volatility that I was able to trace. It's right here. It looks a little different, but you got the same thing, right? You got the implied volatility curling back up again, making this nice cup. So that's exciting. That is exciting news. Alright, man. Let's track gaming again on the minute chart. Alright, what are we doing? We are bouncing back down, okay, to meet this trend line. Probably come back down here to meet the trend line and see if we get that bounce. This also lines up with this support level here as well. I would be right around here. Let's see if we get it. This would potentially be that bounce to look something like this. Bounce here and see where the price action goes, or we get a bounce right here and we continue to go back up. All right, I think it's going to be one or the other. We'll see. What's up? What's up? Solid Squeeze, how you doing? Quell Beast, what's up, dude? Chuck Sun, Ileana, what is good? John, hey man, I'm doing well. Hope you're doing well. Rob, what is good, man? Next week, it really depends if on the price action we get this week. So I'm gonna go back to this setup here that we are currently tracking. And I'll show you guys the points of interest. So, where is it? Here we go. So, here's that point of interest that we have so far. Here again, these don't you're not looking for certain price targets on these lows or highs. It's just showing you how the price action is likely to behave on these levels, right? Might look a little bit like that, right? Don't expect this to look like this or anything. But I am expecting a little bit of downside after meeting this level. Especially, guys, if we don't get a cross today back on the current level of resistance, which is the 16, intraday high first, and then the pre-market high has to be crossed today, or else the price action will likely be a little bit bearish for the next 3 days, for the rest of the week. For the momentum to continue on AMC, for this to be parabolic, it does need to continue very quickly. Volume has to be increasing. There needs to be a lot of pressure on the shorts, for that box to leak, right? Talk about the leaking box all the time. They have to exceed that threshold for the volume to go parabolic. So if that doesn't happen today, I do see possibly one more potential test back here, and that will, if it fails, it will come back down, and you will see the price action trade sideways until the rest of the week. And we would be expecting that $13 level. I do believe that the current setup that we're in is going to look very similar to what's happening back here this cycle, okay, which was a little bit of sideways trading. Okay, this is what I'm expecting for the next couple of months. Okay, now it's going to be a little bit different though, because these moves that we're going to experience are going to be they are going to have more volatility. Okay, it's not going to be as dry, because you're going to see the market. If the market starts to melt up, you're going to see a bunch of stocks melting up with it, in their turn. And when it's our turn to go, it's going to be the same thing. We might come down a little quicker, but when we do rip again, you're going to see that volatility spike, right? It's going to be a lot nastier than something like this. So be prepared for that, guys. I do think we're in a different time. Okay, the stock market is curling back up, which means that more volume is coming in the markets. Okay, that's why these guys are going to have trouble, keeping this volume, as low as they were keeping it back here. This is like hardcore dark pool trading right here. Okay, you're not going to get as much of that back here. They know that they have to go long now. These institutions, they know they have to switch that, turn around and go long on the stock, and let retail come in on this and help them push the stock up, right? Because we know these institutions that are lending out the shares, they're long on AMC. So it's a matter of when are they going to open these gates, right? When are they going to open these gates and allow retail to come in and help push the stock up? Oh, it's whenever the fuck they want, man. They're going to try and make as much money as they can before they do that. Yeah, open the gates, bro. Open the gates. In the meantime, there's two reasons why they're doing this, okay? They're trying to, well, it's a competitive game, right? They're trying to squeeze these or bleed these shorts dry, right? They want all the capital for themselves. But they're also trying to steal shares from you because they want to control the price action. So if they are able to shake off retail from this play and keep all the shares to themselves, they're going to keep doing that, so they're able to manipulate the price action more and more and more and more, right? But they know that they're not going to be able to stop the volume, right, once these shorts get bled dry. They know that once these shorts get bled dry, well, they're already long on the stock because they hold a fuck ton of shares, and they're probably going to buy a lot of options as well going into this game. So it's a win-win for these guys. They're letting the shorts control the price action by lending out shares. And they're just waiting. They're like, yo, we have all these shares. Let's let these shorts bleed themselves dry. Let's make as much money as we can, allowing this to happen. And then when they can't do it anymore, well, that's when we allow the gates to be open. retail come in, and we, not only have we shaken off as much retail as we can, and we've collected all of these shares, accumulated all of these shares that we can, but now, we get to enjoy this squeeze that's going to happen on top of all this, right? So these guys are making so much fucking money allowing this to happen. It's fucked up, but it's what I believe is happening with the price action. I don't think that these shorts themselves are able to do this without the help of these larger institutions that are lending out the shares. And they would not be able to do this without them. By the way, guys, I do see, just keep an eye, if you are tracking Mullen, be careful, because this first point of interest does indicate this is intended to be more of a pump and dump, okay? Just keep an eye out for that. I do see this going down in the short term. Like, even if it goes up tomorrow, the level I'm looking at is 180, okay? 180, and then after that, I do see this coming back down. Okay, so just if you guys wanted an update on that, again, we were tracking Mullen, and we were expecting a point of interest early in the month here in June, potentially in May as well, but they did release that battery result here on Mullen, so that's why you got that price action going up. But be very careful with this play, not financial advice, but I do see it coming back down. Oh, Malik. So yeah, I'm not. It won't be an option channel on the Discord. It'll be a Patreon that I'm working on. Okay, so I actually will be posting that either tonight or tomorrow. So keep an update for that. It's going to have two sections. It's going to have an AMC tracker that I update every single day, or you have the option to also have a market cycle tracker, which will have a variety of stocks that you can track as well. So I will be posting that on that Patreon, so keep an eye out for that. If you guys are interested, it'll be on the website, and you can log in and do all that stuff tonight or tomorrow. But I will post it on the Discord. I will post it on the channel as well for you guys, okay? All right, let's see how we are doing with these trend line. Let's see if we got it. Here's the brush, the first one and the second. So we are doing the second one, which is the one we were expecting. And here's that trend line. Again, we're looking for a bounce right here because of the support trend line down here. I don't know why it got deleted, but this is a level I believe that we should have a bounce off of. And then from here, we're either going to be looking for more upside or basically a inverse type of, inverse head and shoulders. Or no, not inverse head and shoulders. It would be a head and shoulders. This could potentially be what we are looking for today, guys, unless, again, we do cross this level of resistance up here and this one. Okay, so we got to be looking out for both of these today. But right now we are following this a little bit better than the other one, so I do believe we're going to get the bounce down here. The first bounce, at least. The first bounce. Dark Knight, a lot of people... TA show, we can see 40, 50 by middle of June. There is a point of interest on AMC in the middle of June, yes, but I don't see it going to 40 or 50. I see it going to 22. And the reason for this is it's the same way that we've been looking at. It's the same thing that we did back on the 29th of March. If you guys remember that, we were tracking this resistance trend line, and we talked about how dangerous this trend line is for these shorts. So when it comes to this, is why it's important to understand technicals, guys, because like technicals work in a different way than people think, right? Like, it's not about tracking like, you know, like, oh, this is a flag, like we're gonna go up because it's a flag, or yo, this is a wedge, we're gonna break out. No, it's about how these institutions are using technical analysis to trick retail. That's what matters with this play, because they will use technical analysis because they have to. Remember, they're trying to stay low on this whole thing, you know, manipulation thing, and, you know, naked shorts, all this stuff. They're going to try and keep the price action as realistic as they can, even though it's being controlled by algorithms, right? So that means that technical analysis has to work. Okay, you can't just do this on the stock, right? It's got to have some sort of some sort of realistic aspect to it, I guess you could say. Like, it has to look realistic. So with that being the case, you know, with that point of interest being mid-June lines up with this $22, $23 level. Okay, I see it going up around the 21st, going into that week, that last week of June, okay, the third week of June. So that means that the price action here would be pretty stagnant until then. Okay, and then you would start to see it go up, hit that level of 22, 23, and then come back down. Okay, and then the full cross, right? We talked about how dangerous this trend line is. Once we get this cross, this thing is going to fly, and it's going to fly to the first level, which would be around 30, 35. Get a projector there, chill out for a little bit, possibly go up here. Okay, this would be, remember, this is the first major point of interest. But if we don't go up here for good, we talked about the macro projector on the monthly chart and what that would look like. So I do have a analysis on Twitter. Okay, Twitter has 3 scenarios, and it was showing you what the chart would look like if it went up in June. Okay, if it went up in August, right, early August, and if it went up in October. So there's 3 scenarios, and you can check that out on the Twitter. I posted it on there. It gives you 3 scenarios so you guys can see from a technical perspective what the price action would look like. Sometimes it's good to come up with these scenarios so that you can, you know, you can see if they look realistic or not, or if they make sense. That's why I post those, guys. I post them so that you can see if, you know, does June make sense? Does August make sense? Or does October make sense? I really like the one in August. I think that one looked the best to me. But again, there also is a point of interest in October. So you kind of have to look at it from every angle so that you can make the best decision, right, in the end. So that's why I think that, you know, if we get a push back down in August, then we would have to wait a couple more months, right, for that October time. But we're gonna update that shit every day, man. And, you know, whatever is looking the best for AMC, I will tell you, and we'll kind of just go from there, right? Right now, it's just a waiting game. Okay, it sucks where we're at. Yeah, I get it, but it's a waiting game, is what it is. We just have to wait it out, track every fucking cycle we can in the market, make money anywhere you can in the market, and then wait for that setup, wait for them to open the gates, okay? And then that's when you decide if it's a good time to go in or not. But until then, you're just gonna get stagnant pressure on AMC, in my opinion, right? in my opinion. All right, so we got the bounce here. Okay, a little bit earlier on this level. Right here. Okay, just good. Let's see what that looks like on a fib. Okay, yeah, we got it right here. So, no, I guess that makes sense, right? Because we wouldn't go all the way back down here to the 618 just yet. If we did come back here, it would be a... Yeah, it would have been actually a head and shoulders if we did come back down here very quickly. Let's see it like that, right? But we didn't, so this is making... What the fuck is this making? It's definitely making it some sort of wedge, so we'll see what it plays out to be. Alright, let's take these out. We got our little bounce. Let's see where that goes. Twitter. Here's the Twitter. You can click the link below, man. It'll take you straight there, but I'll post it on here as well. What's up, Alf? How you doing, man? Oh, Dana, what's up, man? Do I ever watch Darkwing Duck? No, I did not, man. I did not watch Darkwing Duck. Thanos with emotion. Yeah, guys, if you're on Discord, just don't be a dick, all right? Seriously. There's some people on there that that were just causing a ruckus, and we don't need negative energy in that. Like, dude, just chill it out, man. Like, I do read the Discord. I go on there sometimes, and I'm reading up on what's going on. The chat is just supposed to be for you guys to talk, right? On this whole thing. If you're in there, I would like to believe that at least a lot of you in there are have a similar approach to how I'm looking at things, right, on AMC. So if you're not going to talk about cycle analysis or pattern analysis, then maybe that's not the right place for you, okay? No offense, but there are a lot of other Discords that talk about just plain old technical analysis. There are other Discords that talk about fundamentals. There are other Discords where you can talk shit if you want, okay? But that is not going to be the place for that, okay? So yes, I am gonna fucking Thanos snap that ass if you are going to be bogus in there, all right? It's not hard. It's really easy, and I'll do it again. Thank you, man. I appreciate you, Clark. I do, man. And I appreciate all you who, really, like, you guys are all great, man. Like, there's very few people that, don't know how to act, right? In the chats and stuff, and I get it, but, like, dude, everybody, most of you, you're on the same energy level. I appreciate that. You guys are dope. You guys are fucking dope. So thank you for being a part of this community, because it really is. You guys really do make it what it is, man. It wouldn't be anything without you guys. Okay, straight up. Okay, let's track the GME cycle here as well. We know that this pattern is repeating itself every 90 days. Okay, AMC follows a very similar setup to what happened back here. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna track this currently, and we know that the points of interest have to be tracked according to in between that space, guys. Remember that space we talked about where there's a period where cycles clash into each other, and it sort of stops time, right? Everything is just hovering in time, not doing anything. So you have to ignore that phase and then line it up again, right? So what we had here for GME was this. Okay, this was that sequence that we were tracking, and we do have a little bit of downside before going up again, right? Towards the end of June, okay, which was the next point of interest. Now, don't expect things to necessarily go up the same way. It's just when you see these spikes, you need to take into you need to consider the possibility of downside as well, like major downside. But just consider that this is, it's called a point of interest because there is a lot of volume involved on that initial spike, right? That is what we track. Here's one, right? Okay, these are levels that we track, especially when the price action is tracking very nicely, okay, on these patterns. Right here, you can see that the pattern is almost identical, and we got that point of interest, right? We did use GME for BBIG. Okay, GME was the pattern we were tracking, was this one right here. I'll show you guys how we were able to track this, right? So this was BBIG's. Okay, and this is one of the points of interest we tracked back here. Okay, so that was the initial move up, and it actually, where was it? It looked a little bit like this, right? And then from here, okay, again, ignore some of the spaces, but this, we lined up 3 points of interest to get this current setup, which was right here, and then right here, okay? And you could tell right off the bat that this pattern played out a little bit early in the game, but you got your double top and then your short attack, and that's exactly what's going on right now. Double top, short, okay? It probably will go a little bit lower, in my opinion. I don't think BBIG will have a major rally for a good bit, okay? And this is going to be on the website as well, on the Patreon. You're gonna have on the all section is going to have it's gonna have about 7 stocks that I'm currently tracking right now, but as time goes by, as new stocks come in, you will see an update in those, right? They're just gonna cycle along. You're gonna see a variety of lists for sure. Yes, Mara, Riot are both correlated as well. They're in their own sector. Let's see. So Mara is, and they're both at low points here, right? With Bitcoin going up, But also right now, Bitcoin goes up, and it's still it's not in a confirmed bull trend yet. Okay, it's making its way up after being, in a falling wedge for quite a bit. So we're waiting for a full confirmation that it comes back up here, and it breaks out. It bounces and breaks back up. But I think we're still going to be waiting on a market reversal first, before we get that. Typically, when the market starts to go up very quickly, you will see that happen as well with Bitcoin, but a bit later. So here, I'll show you what I'm looking at with the SPY. Okay, these are the current levels that we have to cross on the SPY. And let me pull up that pattern that me and Rico were tracking yesterday, because if you guys were on the live stream that Rico was was on yesterday on Twitch, then you might have heard me talking about this. Okay, this pattern always gets moved because of trading view, so I'm gonna have to line it up again. But this is the pattern I was tracking. Okay, okay, here we go, lining it up again. 1, 2. And the cool thing about this pattern is, and I was able to overlay AMC's chart, so I could show you like basically how AMC and GameStop behave with the overall market sentiment. So like when the market is going up, like what is AMC doing in between? So I'm gonna show you guys that here, so you can kind of see why I'm looking for that end of July being the first point of interest. And if that goes well and it tracks, then that's fucking awesome. Like that's what I'm hoping for, right? But if we don't quite get that, then we do have to look at the next level, the next point of interest. So this right here is what I believe the SPY. This is what I believe the SPY is going to do. What it's going to look like here in the short term. It might not be as as quick as people are thinking, right? Where this thing just kind of flies and goes up here like that. I think it's going to be more of a steady melt up before you get up to the 490 level. And if we cross this level, if we cross 500, I do believe that is when you're going to get the melt up. You're going to get a massive like push up. This thing is going to go to like 620, and that might take 1 to 2 years to sort of settle down before getting a rug pull. Okay, I don't think we're going to get a market crash in the short term. Now, how does this contribute to AMC and GameStop's price action? Well, we have to take a look at these run-ups, right? We have one here, we have one here. What happened before every run-up? We had a market correction on, a short-term market correction on each run. So if you guys compare this price action here, okay, what happened? SPY went down, and then it went up first, right? It went up first before AMC. It was this right here, guys, is a macro, okay, run on the SPY. Okay, it's not quick, right? This is a pretty nasty dip on the SPY, okay, and then a reversal. So first you get a dip, then you get a reversal. So how does this look like compared to the current charts, right? Well, if we hover it right over, okay, it's pretty similar, right? You got your dip, you got your low, and then the price action starts to go up. And we don't climb until this level back here, which is around, September, October. Now, you got to consider that the patterns here are not going to be, this is not going to be the same pattern, okay, playing out. It's going to play out in its own way. We're dealing with different price action. So it's about the market, just the market going up, okay, after a pretty nasty correction that we had here. That's on the books, man. Okay, I think we were like third on the list for 9 straight red days, or 9 straight weeks that were red, right, in a row. I think we're like, we're on the third. We're in third place on that, man, in the books. So that's a pretty big deal. If we do have a reversal, it should be a nice one. So I think until you get that coming back to this resistance, the previous resistance, we will not get a rip on AMC because that's literally what happened every single time. Look at this back here. We had another market rally before going up. All right, we had a low. We rip for a little while, and then as you're coming back down, that's when AMC goes up. Same thing here. Okay? See? Low. We start to go back up. This thing is trading sideways for a little while. Volatility kind of dries out in the markets. And then as it's coming back down, that's when you see AMC go up. Okay? So this is something to also consider when, you know, when tracking AMC's price action. Where did the music go? What the fuck? Where'd my music go, bro? There we go. Oh, is the price action? Yeah, price action froze for a second. Let's reload that. There we go. All right. Highcroft, thoughts on Highcroft? Yeah, it's a sympathy play, man. It's a sympathy play. It'll go up with AMC and GameStop because AMC is you know, if it has a pretty large ownership in Highcroft, it's going to naturally bring the price up. It's same thing with all these other meme stocks that are correlated with, you know, with AMC and GameStop going up at the same time. We have, you know, cannabis is huge. Like all of those plays, Sundial, Tilray, you know, these guys are going to go up as well. They're basically the same chart. You know, they have their turn. In fact, I would not be surprised. And dude, these trade so closely to each other. And we're talking like days apart. I would not be surprised if in the short term we start to see Tilray, Sundial go up the same way that AMC and GameStop did. Because they're tracking like a little bit behind. But watch this. Let's do SNDL. SNDL is like identical to AMC. These two are like look at how similar they look, dude. So we know that these are sympathy plays. We know they go up at the same time. Okay. They're on the same play. They're basically the same chart, right? But we know that they do track maybe 2-3 days apart from each other from major spikes. So for example, back here when AMC ran up, you actually saw Sundial kind of sped things up pretty quickly, but they did track similarly here on this run. But if you come in closer here, before we peaked, okay, Sundial actually went up first. Sundial made that move, dude. Look, May 24th, it went up. That's an indicator that we're going to go up, right? Okay, we went up first, but Sundial made the first, that first drastic move to the upside, percentage-wise, and then we peaked a couple of days later. So, same thing here. Okay, and this goes both ways, guys. It doesn't always have to track, you know, where AMC goes up first and then Sundial. Like it goes both ways. Like it could go first here and then it could go second here, right? We don't know until we track it. So right now, we haven't had Sundial or Tilray go up yet. All these other guys, right? OG, they haven't gone up yet. So I have a feeling that in the next couple of days we might get a rally here on Sundial, Tilray as well. So keep an eye out for that. Starting to curl back up as well right here. Remember, man, these little cycles, okay, they will happen according to the sector they're in. I think the ones you can kind of separate from the whole sector thing or like fundamentals are going to be GameStop and AMC because they don't follow their sector at all, right? Like AMC does not follow IMAX or Cinemark, right? It does its own thing. Same with GameStop. It doesn't necessarily follow all the gaming companies, right? Like Roblox or all those bigger guys that are doing gaming things, or like even like NFT companies, right? You kind of have to stick with your sector, and I think the ones that are isolated in that are going to be AMC and GameStop. But I think yeah, we will see some upside here on Sundial and Tilray in the short term. So just something to consider. Tickles, what's up, man? Solid squeeze. Thank you, man. Thank you, bro. Bro. All right. Yeah, speak of the devil. as we were talking about that. Okay, I'm gonna pull it up here because wow. Okay, so SNDL is actually picking up in volume. So, and on the minute chart, you could see it right here. It's picking up in volume. So I'm currently tracking this just to see what we're gonna experience here in the short term. Again, I think right now it is lagging a bit behind, but if it went up the same way that AMC did, I will show you what that looks like. Let's go on the 20-minute. And let's take this wedge. Okay, from its highs. Copy that guy. Now. Yo, what the heck? There you have it. Look at the return potentially if this thing does track, right? We're taking it from its highs, and we know that so far that AMC is ahead of the tracking here, right? The SNDL and all these other stocks follow. If this goes up here in the short term, I mean, SNDL could potentially go from 40 cents to 51, which is a pretty nice return if you ask me. 30% right there. That is if it tracks, right? Most of the time, 8 out of 10, I would say that SNDL has been tracking AMC, and AMC has been tracking SNDL, right? Depending on which one goes up first. I'll pull it up again here so you guys can see. AMC. Very, very slight difference in how they go up, but look. See how SNDL goes up first here? See how long it took. It took AMC 3 days, 76 bars from that first spike here to start going up. So if we apply, something similar here, we would start to see it actually go up today. Look at that. Around today, but if we want to get that full mark and that peak, then we would see the peak happen around right here, 76 bars. Right here on the 1st of June, if we started to see it just rally right now. So a nice rally here going into Wednesday, going into tomorrow. We'll see what happens with Tilray and Sundial. We'll see if it does track. If it doesn't, remember, it doesn't always track the same way, but we do see it on these major spikes. Okay, one will go up first and the other will follow shortly after. Okay, here's another example. AMC goes up first, and then 3 days later, SNDL goes up. Okay? We'll track it, though. We'll track it. This guy from above. I don't think it'll go up as long as his music is tracking. Oh my god. Or this music is tracking. This music is playing. That's funny. Bro, this is that. You need that lo-fi sometimes, man. What do you mean? Fuck. You have a problem with lo-fi, lounge music, elevator music? Is that what it is? What did elevator music do to you, man? Trying to see where this pattern is found. Here, you know what? I'm kind of with you on that, though. Let me just, like, change the song, though. I think that one was getting a little bit too repetitive. Solid Squeeze with me, man. Loving those lo-fi jams. I mean, guys, we're writing space. What do you expect? We can't, you know. We're just writing that space. Bango. Okay, I look, dude. I would not. This, like, guys, look at these fibs. Okay, I didn't move the pattern. Okay, this is not a fractal. This is a pattern. Fibs. Okay. One level right there. One level right there. What happens in between? Okay, you got certain levels that are tracking right there, right here. Dude, that's all you need. Who cares what's happening in between? As long as you're tracking the lows, the highs, that's all that fucking matters. Okay, so this is a prime example of what we are looking for the next couple of days. Okay, we could see a move like this. All right, this is probably what we are going to get, actually, in the next couple of days. This is a volatility killer right here. Imagine that. Ending the day, like, ending the week at, like, 15 or something. You come back down very quickly to test this level right here of resistance before just trading on this range. Because think about how many people are going to buy puts, too. It's not that easy for people making money on the downside either. This is supposed to be a trick for both sides. Okay. Now, I'm gonna pull up that, because this is half of that weekly scenario, but that makes sense. The weekly scenario obviously stops right here. Okay, it's a 4-day week, not a 5-day week, so. I did have it looking like this. This is exactly what it looks like. It's on the website again if you guys want to track that. And I will also be adding it on the Patreon as well. There's going to be a lot of posts on there. It's not just going to be cycle tracking as a whole, but they will have different updates. Like if something, if there's certain, if there's a certain catalyst that comes out and how that affects the cycle as noise, right? We call these spikes noise in the cycle or in algorithms because they're not, when there is noise in the cycle, there is volume coming in that's unexpected, or where there's an event that's unexpected, and you will be, that will be labeled on there for you guys so you can track that as well. But there's going to be a lot of info going into those posts on there for you guys. Okay. Alright, what'd it do, Amy? What'd it do? I will, yeah, I'm going to talk about some of these okay, we talked about SNDL, the possibility of a short-term run. I am also going to talk about SOS. SOS is another major stock here that has been shorted to the absolute ground. And we know how this stock has worked in the past, guys. This stock was also part of the whole crypto game. You guys know this thing ran from $1 back down here, okay, to 16 in a matter of, months, 2 months. And then they did the same thing, right, where they opened up a option chain back here and they shorted the stock. You saw this happen with we know how this game works, guys. This is exactly how they do it. But look, volume is increasing, starting to see these larger spikes in volume. If Bitcoin starts to go up and you have a melt up in crypto, I would not leave this guy out of that watch list, man. This thing has the potential to run. And there's some good returns on SOS as well. Right now it's trading at 39 cents, so it's up 10%. We also brought this guy up on Rico's stream yesterday. We were talking about SOS, so this is important to track for sure. This is the low it's gotten, man. It hasn't been lower than this level in ever. Even back here, look, back here the low was at 50 cents, and we got all the way down to 35 cents. Look at that shit. 30 fucking 2 cents. Yo, this thing is like it's primed for a rippy rip soon. See what the SPY is doing here intraday. SPY is just making it hard for everybody. What are you gonna do, SPY? What are you gonna do? What do you guys think? Melt up or melt down? I want to know what the chat thinks. Johnny Frost. So the thing about June 3rd, man, and I've said this before, and why I don't believe that we're gonna see the squeeze happen on June 3rd, or like a drastic increase in price, right, where it goes to 50. Again, not impossible, but I don't believe that's going to happen because these guys, the institutions have known this for a year. They know that it's a psychological date, like not level, but it's part of the whole psychological game that they're playing here. It's the year anniversary of the $77 all-time high that AMC had, which is very predictable, right? It's too predictable. And then also, people are not understanding quite what this means for this play, right? Because the whole collateral ban for these Chinese stocks that these hedge funds are supposed to not have anymore, there's a deadline for it. It doesn't mean that they're going to let, every position that they have or unload every position that they have on June 3rd. It means that they have to do it by June 3rd. So the thing that people, I feel like, are leaving out of the table and not really talking about is, how do we know that they have not unloaded some of that throughout that year that we've been in? And it's shown through the cycle in how they're doing that using the option chain, buying them more time, okay? That doesn't mean that, again, doesn't mean that we can't go up by June 3rd. It just, we have to consider all of these other things that these guys could potentially be doing. Remember, the institutions that are letting this happen, they're long on AMC. They're not over leveraged. So they're going to lend out more shares that they can to these shorts, okay? They're going to continue to do that. And this Chinese ban is not going to stop that, okay? It's just, remember, it's a date that they have to unload these shares by. It doesn't mean that they're going to let, right? They're going to wait until that date. You need to understand that they're in between. You could do that, okay? You could do that if you want to in between. You don't have to do it by June 3rd. Or you don't have to do it on June 3rd, I'm sorry. So it's important to understand that, because I think there's a misunderstanding in that approach that people are taking, right? That it's like, well, it's gonna squeeze on June 3rd because like that is when they have to, unload these stocks. Well, that's not the case. The truth is that they could have been doing that in between, minimizing their margin requirements by this date, okay? And that is the hedging that is happening. That is the hedging that they've been doing, okay? Doesn't mean that we are not going to squeeze, guys, or anything. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying it's important not to have high expectations for a date that seems to be, pretty predictable. And it's okay to be skeptical about that, because these guys have done that in the past where, they throw out these dates. They start trending out these dates on Twitter, on YouTube, everywhere, and everybody starts talking about it, okay? And then it's a way to let down retail on something that was expected to happen and it didn't, right? So play their game, man. Play their game. All right, people are saying going up, going down, pray for a melt up, count on a meltdown. Okay. Couple ups, couple downs. Yo, if you guys know when the Biden talk is with Jerome Powell, can you let me know? I'm going to look it up right now anyways, but if you know in the chat, just throw it in there for me so I don't... Oh, it's in 8 minutes. Okay. All right. Okay, well, that's exciting then, because we can kind of know what's going on with that. Do you guys want me to, like, stream that? And I'm going to ask because I prefer you guys, your opinions on that. If the majority want me to stream it, I could do that. If not, then I won't. Yes? Okay. All right, let me look it up real quick. I hope it's live. Sometimes they kind of do this behind. No, it is. It's fucking live. Holy shit. All right, awesome. Let's do it. That, what are they, bro? 8 minutes. We got that. Okay, good shit. Yeah, I'll stream it. I'll stream it. Let's see what this does to the markets, man. This is gonna be exciting because I think dude, whatever they fucking say on this, you're gonna see the markets kind of go a little crazy, man. Wow, look at this, guys. Again, MULN is going crazy right now. Here's that point of interest that we were tracking. For those of you that have been on the stream, you know that we have been calling for some upside here early June, and then the major point of interest for Mullen is again towards that end of June, right? There's a couple now. This one, you have to be very, very cautious with, because two things could happen, right? Mullen either has some sort of catalyst that brings the price back down to low levels, and we come back down. Remember, these are just volatility zones that you have to consider for the price going up or down, depending on the chart, right? The chart layout. Now, this is a nice move here on Mullen, but you know, and I'm potentially looking for some sort of reversal here, right? But we also have to consider the possibility of downside. Now, whenever this does stop here, probably going into Wednesday, okay? See, remember, we do have that target of 180 on Mullen in the short term. And I think after 180, maybe 185, it will come back down. So, I mean, that's what we have going on here. And this is not the only point of interest that that I was tracking. I was using the implied volatility as well. The option chain showed actually predicted the price action very nicely. So we are tracking that. There's a couple of other points of interest that I had here. Let's see. This is another one. Okay. Here's another one. Okay, this one was moved. There we go. Right there. You can see how these line up. You see that? Okay, even right here. It's another second. Okay, and it comes back down. You see your little sort of projector here before making that price action and going up again, right? It's another point of interest. I have quite a lot here, man, that I was tracking. But again, this fucking trading view moves my shit every fucking day. Like, bro, what the fuck? Stop moving my shit. Okay, look at that. This one right here, another one. 1, 2, 3. Bam. But I think the one it is tracking the best is going to be well, this one right here. This pattern is actually taken from Mullen from back here, and it is the one that is tracking the most identical, right? These are all lining up. It's basically the same fucking pattern. So, all right. You got 2 minutes for that Biden speech. Let me start loading it up here, and I will keep the... I'm going to keep the SPY on here just for now. If AMC starts to go up, we will track AMC as well. But we want to pay attention to the SPY because we know the SPY is what moves the markets, man. Okay. Oh, lordy, man. We got those. We got... Oh. You got it. Okay. All right, so this is what we're going to do. We are going to... We're going to crop this guy. There we go. Here we go. We got the Biden and... Oh, God, that is huge, man. My guy just took over the screen. Brandon, what is good, man? We'll put that guy right here. Oh. Yo, what is good? All right, Mr. Biden's going to take over the price action for a minute of AMC. Keep it right here. See what it do. And we're going to take away the music here for a second. We got, yeah, it's already 2:15, so, or 1:15 Eastern, 12:15 Central. Mr. Biden, what are you going to say, bro? Are you going to say something bullish or bearish? And what are the markets going to do about it? What are the markets going to do about it, bro? All right, so now we're getting a dip here on the SPY. You know, just regular market reaction on what the fuck is going on. Might be the initial fake out. You know, typically, you know, it's weird. 9 out of 10. No, maybe not 9 out of 10, but maybe like a 7 out of 10. When the Fed speaks or Biden speaks, it typically is like kind of bullish, man, for the SPY. Like it's like they make it pretty hard for it to be their fault that the market is tanking. So you gotta have to think about it. You know, think about it that way. Like they don't want to be at fault. They don't want to be labeled, you know, the ones that made the market go down. So this to me just screams like this is going to be something bullish, and maybe a lot of people are expecting it to go down or something. And now we're getting that like this is probably a fake out in my opinion. We might even go down to like lower levels, but have a reversal for sure. All right, but we need it to go live, dude. Come on, you guys are 2 minutes late. Like, what are we doing? You guys are 2 minutes late already. Can't. Yeah, Rhoda. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. They're typically at least an hour late. Oh my, bro, if they're an hour late, that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. Come on. In the meantime, make sure you smash the hell out of that button. If you want the market to just fucking rally, smash that button. And if you don't want it to rally, then just fucking smash it either way. And also, like, dude, subscribe if you haven't already too, man. Like, if you want to be in on this fucking, this nice little chat with the squad and chill it up in here and rally, bro, subscribe. Subscribe. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Ooh, you smashed it twice. Look at this guy. Can you beat that? He's got 2 accounts. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. This guy cracked the cold one. Oh, dude, that sounds good right now. I should go get myself one. Get myself a nice little cold one. Bubbly up in this bitch. You guys like sparkling water? All right, guys. Yo, come on. You guys are 5 minutes late. This is unacceptable. The markets don't appreciate that the lateness. We need you live now. The markets don't know what to do. They're on hold. All right, I hope I'm doing this right. Like, yo, it hasn't started yet, right, guys? I mean, I'm looking at this and like people are still waiting for it. I hate being on hold though, cause like we could totally be listening to some music right now. You know what? I'm playing the music back, and until we hear this guy speak, I'll turn it off again. We'll keep an eye on that. Let's see what's going on with Amy. What it do, Amy? What it do? Alright, so we did cross this level of support, the first one right here. We also have this one right here that it did cross. So, again, I am expecting some sideways trading until tomorrow, which we might get a potential reversal to try and test this resistance. This is typically what happens when you get major runs. You come back down for like that second day, and then you get like a double top scenario or a push, right? It goes, guys. We either need to break out or we need to test this again and come back down, consolidate again. Okay. That's what we're expecting. I don't see you know, we could get that major push today as well to try and test this level, but if we don't, I see it happening tomorrow in the morning. Yeah, before we yeah. See how GME is doing intraday. Yeah, so GME surprisingly did take a, you know, while AMC was 10% up, and GME wasn't doing much, man. GME was actually down, even pre-market, which was really weird, because we don't normally see that. These two are kind of separated from each other, but I think it has to do with the volume currently keeping AMC or GameStop where it's at because of earnings. Typically, when there is more volume involved, you might see them kind of separate a little bit, you know, with the catalysts that are expected on each stock, right? Look at that. Again, Mullen going at it again. All right, yo, Brandon, where you at, bro? Zay, you're right. And somebody had a thought that kind of made sense to me too. Like, since elections are coming up, it would kind of make sense for the rally to or the market to have a rally before elections, because it always makes, you know, typically the side that is, whether it's Republican or Democrat, it's typically, you know, used to help, you know, since they're currently in control, they use that to sort of help them out, right, in the election. So there could be something going on with that, man, that allows for a market to rally if he says something that is extremely bullish, which is what we're expecting. We're expecting something bullish to come out of this. Biden is not saying anything yet. I'm still waiting for this. Unless he's speaking already, and I just don't know about it, bro. What the fuck? Come on. Are they live now? No, they're not live yet. They're not live yet. Yeah. My favorite beer is a sour. It's called Blood. It's a Blood Orange. Blood Orange Sour is my favorite beer. I get it from, yeah, it's so yummy. It tastes like the way I would describe it is like Corona Extra with, I don't know, mix it with like some orange juice or some lime juice, and then also throw in like a bit of like wheat beer in there. I don't know, and mix it up. I think that's what it tastes like. It's so good, dude. All right, yo, Biden, get in on this, bro. What you doing? What you doing? You know what's one that's pretty interesting to keep in mind as well? GSAT. Bro, I don't know if you guys remember this stock. Right now, this is a very, the float is very high on this stock. So keep in mind. It's kind of like SNDL where, you know, you can't really, the market cap on this thing is like 2.5 billion. So with a stock like this, it is more of a barcode type of stock where it's hard to move, but when it moves, it fucking moves. All right. I mean, look at what happened back here. It went from $1 to $2. Typically on the option chain, this thing is pretty volatile, and it does. There's a high increase in option contracts with this stock, and I think this is one of those that does move with anything that has to do with like energy or oil and stuff. So I would be cautious with this because, you know, whatever they say in the short term, like Biden, he could say something about, you know, oil or prices and stuff, and you know, if that does kick things off here with GSAT, we might see a potential move to the upside. Energy, oil, all those guys. It's like, I think that's the sector turn that we're experiencing right now. That's it. Not sleeping on this. Don't. AMC, what you do, bro? Ooh, Orange Blossom. That sounds pretty, man. I like that. All right. We are 15 minutes late. Yo, the guy who said that they might be an hour late, you might be right, dude. You might be right. They're 15 minutes late already. This guy's blocking the price action right now. I kind of feel bad. You know what? We're putting the price action above you, bro. We ain't letting this happen. There you go. You get a little bit of both. You know what? You come back down here with me. They're always an hour late. Well, fuck. Alright, well, let's do this then. Let's minimize the... Yeah, I'm gonna put it back up here, and we're gonna minimize it for a sec, though. keep the price there. We'll come back to it whenever I hear him start talking. Yeah, if he said that, if he said that, yeah, I would expect AMC to definitely go up for sure. I mean, at that point, he's opening the gates. He would be opening the gates if he said that. He said, me and Jerome Powell were at the movies yesterday. We watched Top Gun. It was great. We went to IMAX. No, you'd have to say AMC, bro. None of that crap. That would be legendary, man. That would be so legendary, though. Guys, if you haven't joined the Discord, click the link below. I had to Thanos somebody out there yesterday, but you guys are, again, most of you are pretty chill on there. Yeah, get on that, and you get alerts and all that stuff on videos. I will be posting alerts as well on the Patreon that I'm opening up tonight or tomorrow morning. So keep an eye out for that. But it does update you on all that stuff. So, and it's very simple, dude. There's a chat in that Discord and a For You page. That's it. There's nothing else. There's no bots. None of that. I am the bot, bro. Okay? So, yeah, join that, man, and chill it out with us. Okay, market is making a reversal. Look at that. It's not waiting for Biden. It is not waiting for Biden. Oh my, bro, come on. 20 minutes, 21 minutes. For real, dude. So why are they always late? Why are they always late? So, Lupe, so a question. What price are hedgies trying to keep AMC under, fearing it may take off? So I guess the question, and that would be more for the shorts that are over leveraged. I think, because they're being bought time by the institutions, right? Lending them shares. And I think those institutions are trying to really avoid the price going below 850. I think that's a reasonable price to keep AMC at for now. And then it's not really a price target. They have a time frame, okay, that where the price is, it's inevitable that at some point in the short term the price is going to cross that major level of resistance, right, that we talked about. So here is, let's pull up the 2-hour chart here and get that regression trend cycle. You guys know how this works. So we know that this is that time ticking bomb, right? And we know that, if we have a hypothetical line here, right, that we kind of know is going to be respected, or can assume that it's going to be respected if you're not, expecting single digits in the short term, because it's really hard to bring the price down when you're down here, right, like 50%, where it goes from 15 to $7, right? Like, that's just not a realistic way to look at the price, right, back down here. So if we kind of give ourselves a little space here, and that narrows down this resistance line, right, to a certain date, which would be around that July time, which means that they are afraid, yes, they're afraid of crossing this level. So it could be, it could be 22 here, it could be 20 down here, or it could be 15, towards September. It really depends on where we cross that that trend line. I do believe, guys, that once we cross that trend line, this thing will go, it'll probably go up like 100% on that first turn, right? If we're dealing with $15 here, I think we'll get 100% very quickly. We talked about meeting that first level of resistance right here at 30. I do believe that we're going to get that on the first cross. But if it bounces, right, and we're expecting a bounce here around the end of June, middle to end of June, I would see another bounce. I would see that $22, $23 bounce, a bit of a clock over, right, and then you come back down before making, a micro projector here, and then starting to turn up and tick up, right, for this next level here, $30. So that, I think, I think it's inevitable. It's just like when are we gonna cross it? Yeah, Brandon is still not live, dude. I have the sound on, so the stream is here. We're waiting for him to speak. It's like, where you at, dude? Here, I'll pull it up. There's Brandon. Brandon, whatever you want to call him. And we'll take away that price here. And you will see him come up shortly. I mean, hopefully soon. It's been 30 minutes already, dude. What you doing? What are you doing, bro? We're waiting for you, man. Come on. I don't think so. I don't think it's supposed to be a closed door. I mean, if it is, that'd be weird because there's multiple streams that are promoting this right now, like big news outlets that are promoting this. So I would not. I don't think so. I could be wrong though. I mean, if I'm wrong, let me know. Yo, come on, where you at? The meeting is supposed to be now. Like, it's supposed to be starting. It's supposed to. It was scheduled for 12:15 Central. It's 12:47. So yeah, man, that dude knows what the fuck is up with these meetings. Cause like he said an hour. So yeah, we're getting close to an hour, man. We are getting close to that hour. We are getting close. We're just waiting, man, because this meeting is going to affect the market for sure. It's a big meeting. I mean, Fed and the government, like, dude. Oh shit! Oh shit! There it is. There it is, bro. There's the meeting. Are you guys ready for this shit or what? Let's turn up this fucking turn off this music, dude. Oh. All right, we got some ads. We got some ads, okay? Skip that. Skip that ad. Oh. Okay, let's turn up the volume.
Fed, respect the Fed's independence, which I have done and will continue to do. My job as president is not to not only nominate highly qualified individuals for that institution, but to give them the space they need to do their job. I'm not going to interfere with their critically important work. The Fed has dual responsibilities. One, full employment, and two, stable prices. Chair Powell and other leaders of the Fed have noted at this moment they have a laser focus on addressing inflation, just like I am. And with a larger complement of board members now confirmed, I know we'll use those tools of monetary policy to address the rising prices for the American people. So I look forward to Chairman Powell's continued leadership at the Fed, and I look forward to the Senate considering my final nominee to the board, Michael Barr, in the near future. And that's why we're meeting, folks, and thank you for coming in.
Thank you, Mr. President. Why do you think
What? That, what? That was it? Bro. Wait, yo. That's it? That's all we're gonna get? Bro. Somebody said let's go. Somebody said let's go, bro. Oh my god, bro. Somebody said let's go. I think they cut it off, though. It said let's go, and they were going to say Brandon. But, bro, that is fucked. That is fucked, man. Oh, dude. Oh, my God. Okay. Well, that was it. That was it. Congratulations. We just fucking witnessed probably the shortest meeting I've ever seen, ever. That was, like, not even a minute. I don't think that was even a fucking minute, bro. Wow. Okay, that was fun, I guess. Okay. Alright, well, back to fucking stocks. Let's see what the hell that did to the market. This was supposed to be a good, decent meeting. Okay, the market's going up now because he said absolutely nothing. There is nothing that was said. I mean, bro, that's what we were expecting earlier. They had talked about, yeah, he gave the independence to the, the free, trusting the Fed and their judgment. Okay, sure. So why have this meeting then if you're just gonna say the same fucking thing? That pisses me off. That pisses me off. Okay, so nothing new, same old. So what is the market gonna do then? The market is going up. The market's going up, which is good. Bro, what the fuck, man? What the fuck was that? These guys. Okay, so on the bright side, the market's going up, which is what we want. So on the bright side, the market's going up. Okay, let's look at the market. Here we go. How high will she go? Is this going to be that major turn here? Are we gonna rally? Or what? You owe us a high crop breakdown? I got you, dude. I got you. I got you, man. Yeah, so same with Highcroft. With Highcroft and AMC here, we'll pull up the comparison so we can track these major runs and how they affect the price action, right? So we know that Highcroft's really started tracking AMC right around this March time. We did have a rally prior to that, okay? But it started tracking a little bit closer to AMC's price action around here. Now, there are certain points where it kind of does its own thing with... Right, this is even though AMC has a pretty high ownership in this stock, it doesn't mean that it's going to follow AMC's every move. The bigger moves, like when we do get the squeeze, yes, we are going to have Highcroft go up. I do believe that. I think that the shorts will not be able to stop every fucking stock that's associated with these two. I think this is a sympathy play, but just like Sundial, just like these other guys that are trading very closely to the cycle, you will have it go up in its own time. So here, based on this current setup, we kind of have to consider, well, if Hycroft hasn't had a full correction like AMC did, like, think about it this way. From its low, from when we started tracking, okay, AMC did go below this level, right? It came all the way down here. Hycroft hasn't quite done that yet, okay? It's sort of doing this, it met very close to that level, but it does have a little bit of room to go below this point. Now, in the short term, you can kind of get like the same Mullen setup, right? Where you get a potential relief rally, and kind of like what happened back here with Amy, right? So if we get a push up, what I would see is around this range here. You can see that the average is around that 150 if we did get a push here on Hycroft. But I don't see it, like, I don't see any sort of like major rally unless AMC were to squeeze, right, in the short term. I still see sideways pressure with Hycroft. It's a sympathy play again, and just based on this current setup, if it still has a little bit more room to go, yeah, I would be tracking that 150 around there before it comes back down. So make sure, and you know, if we do break this level of support down here, then it is going to come down with Amy. If Amy does take a breather like we're expecting to, I would see this thing come back down and make new lows. This thing probably could go back down to 80 cents, dude. Okay? 80 cents would be around that range that I'd be looking at for a major reversal here on Hycroft. Alright, the market is having a rally. A rally with the family. Okay. That was a waste of 40 minutes. Yes, we're just waiting for something good to happen. I don't like. Paulo wasn't even there. Right? We didn't see him. We didn't see him. We did fucking see him. Expectation didn't happen. And this was supposed to be pretty big, guys. This wasn't supposed to be like a, oh, like, yo, Powell and fucking Biden are talking. No, this was supposed to be a pretty big deal. So, it's super odd to me that it just ended like that. Wow. Okay. Guys, make sure to like the stream if you haven't already, and subscribe. That would be cool to make sure you get your updates here. I am trying to post more frequently now. I'm on a little streak, so I'm going to try and post a video, or record a video today, and hopefully have it out today. If I don't, I'll have it out tomorrow. Also, I am adding a cycle tracker to the site either tonight or tomorrow morning, and it will be a Patreon link. It'll take you straight to it. It's, you know, have multiple posts between just an AMC tracker and a multiple cycle tracker with variety of stocks and their points of interest, right? Never will be financial advice. It's just what I'm speculating and how I analyze stocks. So you will have access to that if you want. I will post the updates for you every day, depending on the cycles that we are tracking, right? But you will have access to that. So keep an eye out for that. And there's also the weekly scenario on the website. So I will be cutting the stream here, but yeah, keep an eye out for those things coming out. Okay, guys, we will see you shortly, and I hope you guys have a dope rest of your trading day. All right, still got a bit left. Anything starts to happen, anything crazy with GameStop or GME, or GameStop or AMC, you will see me back in here. Okay, so I will see you then. Fucking love you, bro. Bye-bye.